What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about one of the very first steps that you need to take when you're going to make your first website, and that's purchasing a domain name. But I want to make sure that I go over some of the things that you need to look out for so you don't end up spending more than you need to when you're registering that domain. And we're going to cover those steps right here on this video. All right, so you finally reached that very critical step where you're ready to move forward and purchase a domain name so you can get started on your very first website. And one of the sites that you're probably gonna see when you're registering a domain is the most popular domain registrar on the internet, and that's Godaddy.com. So I'm gonna walk you guys through purchasing a domain on this site because it's gonna be very similar to what you're gonna see on many other domain registrars, and Godaddy is the king of upsales. So I wanna make sure that I go over some of the things that they're gonna show you and kind of try to trick you or manipulate you into purchasing so you end up spending more than you need to up front. So let's go over some of those things right now. All right, guys, so the first thing you're gonna do is end up on Godaddy.com, where you're gonna be able to type in and search for a domain name of your choice. In this scenario, I'm gonna give you an example, and then we're gonna go through the process of the full purchase, and I'm gonna show you where the upsales are gonna pop up so you can avoid these upsales. All right, in this scenario, I'm gonna type in Brian Lozano Web, and let's look at some of the domain options I have available. So as you can see, it's actually very affordable, $11.99 for a whole year to register this domain name, brianlozanoweb.com. But as you can see down here, GoDaddy is gonna try to upsell you for you to purchase brianlozanowebs.com and .info and other top-level domains like .us, .live, .net. For the most part, if you're just starting out and this is your very first website, you're only gonna need a .com. The only reason why these other options are available are if you're an already popular brand. Sometimes you want to avoid other people purchasing these other domain name extensions and stop them from cyber squatting, which they'll hold on to that name as your brand gets more popular and it grows in value over time. So in this scenario, really all you got to do is add to cart to the .com, and we'll do that here. And then we'll go to the cart. As you can see here, you're going to get hit with a bunch of upsales. The first one being domain privacy. If you don't know what privacy protection is, GoDaddy is actually going to mask your personal information so that people can't find that when they're looking through to see who owns this domain. This is actually a pretty good upsell, and I would suggest you actually purchase this one in particular, because then that way you don't end up getting spammers and other people emailing you about your domain, about your website, about SEO. It's actually a good way to avoid a lot of spam when you're buying your domain. So in this scenario, we're gonna keep this. So the next upsell you're gonna see is an email address for your domain. Now, you're probably not gonna need this right away. Some of you may not need it at all. And GoDaddy actually offers free emails when you purchase hosting, and you need hosting to make any website. So on that next step, when you're buying a hosting account, that's really when you have the opportunity to buy an email address, and actually it comes free when you purchase the hosting account. So you actually can avoid an extra expense right here on this upsell. All right, now that we've gotten to the purchase checkout page, you're going to see that GoDaddy is going to make you purchase by default 2 years. Once you get to the purchase page, GoDaddy has a few sections on this page to get you on another upsell. As you can see down here, this is gonna try to sell me a dedicated IP address, which I don't necessarily need when I'm purchasing and just registering my first domain name. You definitely don't need this to register a domain and to start with a brand new website. Also, you're gonna see down here, they're gonna keep trying to sell you on these other domain extensions. And like I mentioned earlier, you don't necessarily need that when you're buying your very first domain name. Another thing that GoDaddy tries to do is get you to buy for a longer period of time. You only really have to register your domain name for 1 year. Here, as you can see, GoDaddy by default gives you 2 years. And really, it's up to you however long you want to decide on that. If it's your personal name, like for me, I have brianlozano.com, I register that for 5 years because I know I'm always going to keep that domain name. And the longer you register for, typically the lower the price per year of that domain registration is going to be. But if it's something that you're just thinking about or a brand new business idea and you're not necessarily sure about that you're going to just test out for now, I would suggest only get it for 1 year. That way, the following year, you have a chance to decide on whether you're gonna keep that domain or not. So in this scenario, we're just gonna go with 1 year. And as you can see, it's pretty affordable. $20, you're gonna get a domain registered, and you're gonna get the domain privacy so that you don't get spam and other people finding your personal information online when it comes to your domain registration. And as you can see, when I clicked on the 1 year, you'll see down here that they also, again, try to get you in another upsell for search engine visibility, things that you don't necessarily need right away. So to complete the purchase, you have to create an account. If this is your first time on GoDaddy, you'll create a brand new account. I already have one, so I'm just gonna sign in. Okay, once I've signed in, then I can choose my payment account info and I can complete the purchase. I'm not gonna click complete purchase right now, only because I actually don't really want this domain name. I was only using that as an example to show you guys. But once you do complete the purchase, it's gonna give you a receipt for your order, and then you're gonna have your account created where there you can access your domain. And I'm gonna show you how you can access domains. Okay, so once you've completed the purchase, then you can hover over your name, click on that, and then you can click here where it says Manage Domains. Okay, once you get to the domain panel, again, you'll see a few more times where they're gonna try to get you to buy some upsells. The only thing that you may wanna check off is to turn on auto renew so that you can make sure that your site never goes down and that you always have that site registered under your name. So there you go, guys. Those are the steps in purchasing a domain name, and those are the things that you need to look out for so you don't end up spending more than you need to on your very first domain purchase. The next step you would need to do is purchasing a hosting account so that you can host the files of your website and then complete the cycle of starting out your very first website, which I'll cover on a separate video. If this is your very first time watching any of my videos, make sure you subscribe, click on the bell icon so you get notified every time I put up a brand new video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next video.